Hey guys, the text we're focusing on this week and we started focusing on last week is called A Quilt of a Country. It is written by the author Anna Quindlen. She was a reporter for the New York Times around the time of 9/11, the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And this is a adapted version of what she wrote after those attacks. It is an informational text, so it's telling us true facts. However, because it is an essay specifically, it's her writing about her opinion and her views. She did have to research these things because she's writing for a newspaper, but it is representing her opinion and her views on things. I do want to point out that this version, where you see the dots, that's a summary of what she wrote. And then where you see the bigger font, that is direct quotes from what she wrote. So here we go. Also, there are a few typos in here, which is frustrating, but I'll point them out as we happen upon them. In this essay, Anna Quindlen writes about her experience living in the United States. America, she observes, is unlike any country that came before it. This country came into being because so many people came to live here. She compares the United States to a patchwork quilt made of different colors, materials, and colors. The pieces come together to make one whole object. In theory, America is proud of its diversity and believes that everyone should be treated equally. The reality is often quite different. A great national striving, consisting frequently of failure. Many of the oft-told stories of the most pluralistic nation on earth are stories not of tolerance, but of bigotry. America, Quindlen says, has a long history of practicing inequality towards minority groups. Americans want to celebrate their unity, but there are still so many that can only see how others are different from them. This is not a new trend. In the past, people from different European countries feared one another. Quindlen grew up in Philadelphia, and she remembers children of different ethnicities walking on different sides of Chester Avenue. She says, I was the product of a mixed marriage across barely bridgeable lines, an Italian girl, an Irish boy. How quaint it seems now, how incendiary then. Ethnicities may be different now, Quindlen argues, but the conflict is still the same. Why should a nation founded on the idea of inclusion be full of people who are biased, and it should say, against one another? Other countries with such divisions have in fact divided into new nations with new names, but not this one, impossibly interwoven even in its hostilities. Americans used to have a common enemy, Quindlen states. First, it was other countries the United States fought in the world wars. After that, it was communism until the end of the Cold War. Since then, Americans, and it should say have, slowly become more divided. Now it seems Americans only come together in times of tragedy. It should say Americans, not America. Yet many people are still proud of what America stands for. One of the things that it stands for is this vexing notion that a great nation can consist entirely of refugees from other nations, that people of different, even warring religions and cultures can live, if not side by side, then on either side of the country's Chester avenues.